Have you been on the radio before?
All the time.
So you have a radio show?
I don't have a radio show. I just go on other people's show because they invite me on there.
Are you interested in having your own show?
I would love to. I've been using SoundCloud right now. But
I'm with the radio station. I would love to.
There you go. See that, stuff like that. So and this is all good content as far as how people meet to grow and to build. So I don't know, just but.
Well, we just had a block party. I mean, the block party that was part of the art crawl.
Yep.
Was the first major collaboration. I take that back. It was the second major collaboration between the radio station I've been working with and the Jefferson Street Art Crawl.
Nice.
So I can tell you more about that because I think that's a very interesting and intricate development. Radio station I've been working with, WDYO 104.1, is a working class radio station. In the sense that only people that can be a part of their radio station and run are folks making under $60,000 a year. It's working class. We want to bring a voice to the voiceless. We want to talk about the working class needs and concerns. With that, it's part of a greater nonprofit called Workers Dignity. And so every aspect, every campaign on the Workers Dignity is worker-owned, member-owned. So as a member, as a DJ, you will be a part owner of that.
Wow.
You'll be a part of that,
But do you have a bio?
I do. I did need a refresher because it's always changing, right? It's always growing. Funny thing was, this past weekend, I was committed to help with the radio station's block party, but I was already pre-committed to doing the anniversary of the Jefferson Street Art Crawl. As you may be aware, the Jefferson Street Art Crawl started in 2016 with myself and several artists, dynamic change agents from the North Nashville community, One Drop Inc., Alicia Israel, Dojo, Joe Love from North Studios, Baxton Water from Art History class, Michael Mucker also from One Drop, and Amari Booker from Woodcuts. And so Amari, Baxton, and myself and everybody, we started this in June of 2016. It actually took several months to get it off the ground. So every year we celebrate that anniversary. And upon those two commitments arising up around the same time, I said the only way I could actually be adequately commit my time to both of these is if they happen together. Like, y'all think we can bridge that? Both groups were very excited.
I see.
And so what we had there was a collab for the art crawl and the block party, and It was phenomenal success, great turnout. We had students from South Africa coming through.
Wow.
It was pretty dynamic. And so that's one of the things. Right after that, the very next day, we had a follow-up assembly meeting for any new interested DJs. That was Sunday. So, but that call is still out there. For the next 2 weeks, I'm looking to get more DJs.
I would love to share my story or my words of wisdom, especially as I focus on the community residents that make under $60,000. That's my market, So I work closely I'm on different advisory boards when it comes to housing development, workforce development, employment. And I think it's imperative for folks, at least in Davidson County, to know where we are, where some of the decisions being made at the table, and how to best not only survive but also thrive during this wave. You know what I mean? Because with the right timing and the right positioning, anyone can make a great opportunity out of this. You know what I mean? So I would love to. That'd be great.
So we had our last assembly this past Sunday. The next one coming up would be the 8th of July, the second Sunday of the month. That'll be a good way to get introduced to the station. You can get your walkthrough. You can see what the commitments are. And what we're reaching a point where we're finding that we want to help our DJs set up a show that they can be committed to long term, or for a segment, for like a 3 to 4 month segment.
Okay. I can see that.
What we find is that people try to overcommit it first every week, one certain time, and it is time consuming. It's not a paid opportunity. We're a nonprofit station, and so what we found is that either partnering up for people is really good. Like, I have co-hosts, we do some dynamic things together.
I see.
Or looking at, let's say we do a 12-week podcast session, right? And that's 12 weeks, it's about 3 months right there. That may be effective. Or you do a once a month segment that you highly promote. And so most people that come to the station or end up working with the station don't have any radio experience yet.
I see.
We're only 1 year out. We started last July officially, but it's dynamic. We've got shows in Spanish, shows in Arabic, shows in English.
Wow.
Soon to have some shows in Creole and Haitian. So it's really dynamic, diverse community there, man.
Nice.
Now I know you're from overseas. What community you originally from?
No, so I was born and raised in California, but I lived in Jamaica for 6 years with my dad.
Okay.
That's where he's from. And so actually I'll be heading back out there, I pray, within the next few weeks.
Cool.
To work on, growing my business out there.
Cool.
And taking my skills and using it for a market or a country that really needs these services because they're not really being provided that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
That's the game I'm looking to. Ultimately, I'm looking to play the international relations game because a city is affected by a state is affected by its country, and the country is affected by the global market. You know what I mean? And so, I want to be able to touch all levels because that's going to be the true solution to an ecosystem working together. Because, for example, let's just say ban the box, with all due respect to Davidson County. The county voted for a ban the box, which would allow local residents to not have to put their background on an application.
Yeah.
Just keep them from getting a job.
Yeah.
But the county passed it, cool. Mayor was like, good. But when it got to the state shut it down. But with all due respect, you got people from the state that live on the other side of Tennessee saying, no, we don't want this for Davidson County. That's kind of not fair. But you know what I mean? So we work so hard as a city to get our stuff shut down by something larger than us that we legally have to abide by. You know what I'm saying? So the question is, what did we not do to get tight with the state to let them know we're going to pass this, we need y'all support. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how deep the game goes in my book.
Oh yeah, the game goes deep, man.
Yeah.
Who do you work with primarily? I know you work with a little bit of everybody because of what you do.
Yeah.
But who do you build with? Mastermind Alliance is important. I know you read or listen to Napoleon Hill somewhat. And I've seen you with different groups at times. Is there any like ace, right hand, left hand that you really?
I try to stay in the middle as best I can. So with all due respect, you don't catch me with conservatives, Republicans, you don't catch me with Democrats.
I don't mean groups, I mean individuals like us.
I stick to myself. I stick to myself.
You and your wife?
My wife and I. And now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people and supporters like yourself that I'm growing with, and there's a lot of people that I have grown with that I call on, or when they have a project going on, they call me and vice versa. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, not to say I don't want it. I would love to, but unfortunately,
hasn't been.
The service that I provide is so raw and unique in itself. A lot of people, I'm just now getting to understand what I do, and I think it's almost pioneering more so. Mm-hmm. And so, like for example, some people I'll throw out, DJ Woodson. I met him when I was representing a staffing company, Express, which I now bill as a client. I met DJ Woodson because he's actually, was doing the housing development. Yeah. How is that relevant? Well, Express focuses on employment, but a lot of Express's residents that work for them have housing trouble, good or bad. And so it's good to know who the movers and shakers are for housing in North Nashville. Yeah. So I try to connect, and through that, by connecting those dots, I've been able to grow a great relationship with him to where when I see him, how's your wife, how's your kids, but at the same time, I think it's biblical, with all due respect. Naked, in the book of Job, I always say, naked alone you were born in your mother's womb, naked alone you're going to leave. So I never go out looking for somebody to help me. I go hard, and then I pray that the right people show up, and because they're serious. I've been burned so many times. Let's work together, do this, and you find yourself doing all the work, or people lose focus. I've been doing this for 10 years since I came to Nashville, and I'm just now seeing the fruits of my business. You know what I mean?
Be like that.
Yeah, it feels like so there was times I had to work all jobs. I was a janitor. I was down here at the Sheraton downtown, Bazelais, running for the cars. I'm growing my business with a suit on during the day, but at night I'm running.
Damn,
so it is what it is. But people see me now like but they don't understand. It takes work, like you said. So that's why I look at people's walk. And that's what moves me the most. You know what I mean? So that's why I even record this. It's not for me. It's for people to know that there are true movers and shakers in North Nashville talking about true things. And I want people to understand that there's opportunity in so many ways. You know what I mean? So we're bridging gaps in a lot of ways, man.
I appreciate you, man. Bridging gaps is like, if you're not bridging the community, I really feel like you're missing the point right now. My major focus. And though it may not seem like it, because it's still not, I feel like the things you do best, you don't do it on a surface level. You do them, and they come out. It's seen in everything you do. But so, I televise the movement, but it's like, I do that because I spend time, and I build with folks that are really making changes, right? And I share what they're doing, and I help move that forward. But I'm not last, and I'm not really I'm not a marketer. Folks thought I was a marketer for movements.
Wow.
That's one thing. They're like, oh, you talk about movements, so you marketing stuff. I'm like, nope, not exactly. Not quite. But I am very discerning and spending a lot of time to really filter through like what's really making impact, what's really connecting with people, and how can I enhance and give my efforts there. You know, not to everything, not to every single thing that's making noise, but to the things that are actually making impact and that have been committed over time. One of the things that I really want to work on more in the coming years is mediation, conflict resolution for our community. I mean, at the end of the day, dissension and divisiveness is what's held us back time after time. And even when we start moving forward as a people, there's always a little bit of something, whether it comes internally or externally, into our community to divide us. So that's a huge aspect. That's conflict resolution is part of that psychological, sociological study. But there's a conflict resolution center here in Nashville. Don't look like none of us, right? We're working on a black one right now for South Nashville because we need conflict resolution skills in our community.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm very much so interested in working with you and building more with you. I was very interested in having this meeting because I could tell you walk your talk. I could tell you are about the purpose before the profit.
Absolutely.
And I felt every time I encounter you, I feel genuine commitment to the community. And that's the type of person I am.